this is one of the downsides of having a home office.
Okay, he has a dog that can talk.
And his name
And
is
he was
Maxfield.
down here looking at Jason's leg saying, iPad, iPad,
But he's a
iPad,
talking
iPad,
dog.
iPad.
So yes, I went to it was really more like a block party. There's the Twin Cities years ago. A guy started a jazz fest because he wanted a jazz festival. So it started on Selby Avenue on an open lot, and it has grown and grown, and now it's so big that it's 3 days and it's spread out across the city in all kinds of different parks and venues. And Michael Franti was one of the big headliners.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's right.
he was talk about like a great party band. I mean, really a great party band. And it was really fantastic. But what I was really impressed with is like actually in his performance, he would sing and perform and he would talk and things like that. And he was really all about creating community unity. And it was really fun seeing how interactive it would get. Like they were first song they started playing, and you could tell by the way they were playing, they didn't just like plow into their first hit single or whatever, cut number 7 on their CD.
Right.
They actually started to doing this kind of build, like get them, because they didn't have an opening act. So they just started kind of playing the music and build, and it was kind of repetitious, and it was like a long ramp. But during that whole ramp, like everyone's being pulled in, like
So they're not even sure that that's what's happening. They think there might be an opening act, and they don't even know it yet.
Who are
the
you talking
audience,
about?
The audience, sorry.
No, the audience knows there's no opening act. They're waiting for Michael Franti, right? And so they start playing, but they don't come out and go, okay, everybody, we're going to start playing or anything like that.
So they're not like up against the stage waiting. They're just kind of everywhere.
There's
like
a
at
group
park.
standing in front of the stage, right? And so they just started playing, the beginning of a song. But they played this beginning of a song for close to 2 minutes as they started pulling everyone's attention and focus away from conversations and the hot dog stand and the cider stand, and drawing them in, because then people started walking because there was on a street on Kellogg, and they were facing the park, which was across the street. So people were scattered out in the park.
The stadium. This is right down on the, over the river.
This is right over the river. Yeah,
Wow.
It was gorgeous. It was supposed to storm. It was like, danger, danger, you're going to die, and we didn't, so it was good. And so, anyway,
Danger, Will Robinson.
So people started coming in, and then they went into their first song. And then they started talking, but I thought that's like so telling that they didn't just like plow right in like, hey everybody, we're doing this now. You know, they actually started to like pull everyone's attention in. And now that I have your attention, now let's begin. And then they started playing. And then even as then by the second song, out came the beach balls. So then there's these beach balls that are bouncing over the top of the crowd. There's like probably a dozen of them that the crowd is like bouncing back and forth. And playing
Michael Franti's kind of known for a bunch of people showing up with a little bit of, hey, how you doing? You know.
Yeah.
So that's a beach ball party right there.
What do you mean? But the Beach Boys did that, and they weren't doing, hey, how you doing? Were they?
Oh, no.
Of course, then again,
We don't know that for sure.
Every concert.
By the way, welcome to the Bill and Jason Show. I'm Bill Herman. That's Jason Jones.
Franti does bring the hippies out.
Yeah, and I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all about love and openness and sharing, and a little bit of the wacky tobacco show up too.
Yeah, but that wasn't necessary for the beach balls, I don't think.
No. Okay, so there's beach balls on Kellogg. Do any of them get shot into the street, or did they close down the street?
No, they had the street closed down.
Okay.
And so
that's a main street in St. Paul.
Yeah, it is. It was like dodging cars and stuff like that. Would have made it more exciting.
No,
but
I'm saying.
But with all the wacky tobacco going on, people might have got confused.
Okay.
So anyway, and then I was really surprised that later in his show, he actually would mix into Uptown Funk. And and then there was another interactive song that he mixed in. He did sing a Prince tribute, of course.
Okay.
I expected him to sing that.
Do you remember what the song he sang? I'm putting you on the spot. I know.
Do I remember? I think it was When Doves Cry.
Oh, well, that's everybody else does Purple Rain, so I'm kind of impressed by that.
I think so, but I'm not entirely. I don't remember.
Nobody listens anyway.
No, exactly. I was hanging way back by the fountain. I wasn't the one on the stage, right? I was kind of taking it all in, and watching everybody dancing, wherever they were standing. But he would like literally. It wasn't like, okay, we're gonna take a break now. Let's put a record on. Right. It was like they mixed into like Uptown Funk and some of these other popular songs.
Oh, you mean they DJ?
They went into a DJ set, where they would do
No
like
kidding.
3 songs and then they come back live. So their whole 90-minute performance was seamless with the DJ. Instead of like, hey, we're done playing now. You
Take
do
a
whatever.
break, we'll be back in a minute, man.
Right. They kept the energy going. They kept the excitement going with some great, popular songs. There were some interactive songs that they played.
So did they play? Did the band and DJ ever play together on songs, or was it the band taking a break when the DJ seamlessly took over?
Well, I wasn't seeing the stage. I mean, there are some songs where the DJ, where they were putting in some electronic things into the show,
Right.
but the DJ wasn't just, oh, okay, it's my turn, I'm going to play 3 songs and mix them together.
Right.
He was putting in drops, and he was really doing a mix.
He's working the room.
He had a whole mix that was going on,
Right.
and that was just like really impressive to see that was incorporated into the entire show experience. It wasn't like this is done, now that starts.
Right.
But it's kind of like it's an amalgamation of all of it together.
Ooh, good $3 word, amalgamation. Try to use that today in your everyday going throughs.
Or with your dentist.
I wonder if the DJ was somebody that do they contract the DJ at every place that they go to, or do they have a guy who tours with them? That would have been. I would have wanted to know that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out. We should call Michael and find out.
Oh,
Well,
get him
Michael,
on the phone.
what do you do?
You're old friends now that you went to his show.
Right, I've seen his show. We know each other, right? I was like when I did this. I was the host at this benefit for the suicide hotline,
Right,
and one of the gals that was singing was Leslie Ball. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Leslie, I know Leslie.
Right.
And I know Leslie because I'd gone to one of her midnight ball shows. Like, I don't know Leslie. Like,
Did you go up to her and treat her like that though?
what's that?
Leslie.
Well, no, I did, but I talked about it on the stage because they were talking about like, they knew each other. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I said, I thought I came here, I looked at the bill, and I'm like, I know Leslie. And my wife says, you do not. We just went to her show.
I was the guy in the third row with the hat that waved to you.
I was
Remember
like,
me?
right there. You were on the stage. You were talking to me.
I know.
Right? Yeah. It's funny how that works.
So what do you think is the out of the show? I mean, you obviously enjoyed it. I think I would have dug it as well. I love.
Oh, it was a
Franti.
great vibe. It was a great time. It felt really good. It felt like I was it was such a great urban experience. The mayor introduced the band, and you know what I mean? It really felt like a really tight community. And St. Paul is like that anyway. There's the thing I like about St. Paul is it's not like, oh, I'm at some big commercial concert. It's like, I felt like I was completely at a community bash.
Right.
I wish
Well,
that I had my kids there, actually.
They actually promote the entire city in every event they do. Like it's a small town event.
Yeah.
And they do, and that is really how they. Yeah, that's really how they roll. I mean, heck, I think most of the businesses and restaurants that are open in downtown St. Paul roll up their doors and close down by 9:30 most nights.
Yeah.
So it's like living in a small town.
Well, there is more of that going on now. There's more nightlife going on.
Well, yeah, there
There's
is,
a
but
wine
it's
bar
still
and a
it's
bulldog
still
and
they,
stuff. But
they like
it's
the
way more
fact that it's,
sleepy.
sleepy or more conservative, I suppose you could call it that, maybe.
Well,
but
I don't know, just more antiquity and old school. You feel like you're in an old city.
It is an old city, and
Unlike
Minneapolis
Minneapolis.
is more of a new city. There's
Minneapolis
old
is like
buildings, but
Skyway City. It's
Right.
like there's nothing really interesting down.
well, there's lots of
outside.
interesting in Minneapolis. It's just very different.
But we digress.
Yes, we do.
It's getting
So
back
what I wanted
to-
to know was, out of the show itself, you you like it, you enjoy it, but then I also know that you watch these shows and get something out of it to be able to take to your performances as well. So if there was something that you saw there that you saw him use really, really well that we either regularly should be using or do use, what would that be?
Well, I think it's the seamlessness of it all, you know? So like what's predictable is in an event like that is like, okay, that's it, great, thanks, mate. They do their conclusion and then go, okay, now DJ takes over.
Right.
Versus they finish and they live mix into pre-recorded.
Right.
And it seamlessly goes. And to think about like, even if you don't have a band, like how can you make the experience seamless from moment to moment to moment,
Right.
using music, using all the tools, and have it be more seamless rather than like, well, that's done, now this starts.
Right.
Which isn't necessarily bad, but like, what would that experience be like if it's like, if you're kind of taken along on this, like if you kind of take the jerks out of the boat ride.
Yeah, exactly. Like the band saying, I'm going to take a break now, even if there's a half a second there, even if they say it and there's still music coming up underneath them, you have that mental idea of, oh, and I have to go do this now.
Yeah, well,
as opposed to stay in the party.
Yes,
stay here,
and keep the
play
energy
with
going,
us.
keep playing, keep having fun. It wasn't like, stop having fun now.
Right.
We'll be back for more fun later.
Right.
It was like, no, this whole experience is about having fun, and this is what we're doing.
Right, exactly.
And
that idea, that idea of changing a person's mind from it's over to it's coming back to just staying is literally just a little sliver of time. That can get to you, and if people are expecting it all the time, it's easier now for us to go to that break.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of performers that I know that are musicians as well, and so I really invite you to look at what would it look like if you brought in some of your live music with your performance. And in creating something for the event, for the moment. It really requires giving up. There's this really strange, I know why the conversation is like, this isn't about you, this isn't about you. And you're right, it's not about you. You're not like at a wedding, you're not going there to be at it's like, we have this act that we're bringing in, that's the concert, right? You can still be about them. Just like, example would be the benefit, the amazing benefit that I did. We had 4 major artists that performed, and their entire performance was all about that fundraiser. It was all about the cause. It was all about that. They were the attraction. They were what people were watching, but they, when they were performing, were all about the other.
Right.
Which that's the point of view that you bring into any event for any client. It's like, this is I'm here to be all about you and creating a certain experience for you and your attendees, and that's what I'm committed to in there, and then have the different roles that I play to do that.
Right, exactly. So what do you think, and what kind of experiences do you create? We want to know. You want to know more about what we do? Certainly you can find about the entertainment experience, because there's a workshop that happens once, maybe twice a year. Go to entertainment-experience.com, or tell us about your comments online here on this, or go to the website and go to BillAndJasonShow.com and subscribe. But something, at the very least, just reach out, tell us what you think, and we'll see you next time on the Bill and Jason Show.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb, in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an entertainment experience production.